All right, hey everybody. I'm meteorologist Matt Brickman. We want to get you up to date on this major nor'easter that now has the tri-state right in its bullseye. Here's the latest snow map we've got for you, and you can see the 5 boroughs right in that 8 to 12 inch range, with areas west of the city maybe exceeding a foot of snow. Now, if you're seeing this for the first time, maybe it's no big surprise. But if you saw our initial forecast map a day ago, this might look like a pretty dramatic change, a huge increase in some of those snow totals. And I want to show you what changed, why the forecast is higher right now. Yesterday, we were looking at a pretty southerly track for this storm here. You can see kind of that bottom line showing snow getting into the city, getting through New Jersey, out onto Long Island, but lighter stuff. With that low farther to our south, the heaviest snow band, which is typically a little bit closer to that center of low pressure, would have stayed out over water, and our totals would have been significantly down. 3 to 5, 5 to 8 inches, somewhere in there, instead of the 8 to 12 inches we're talking about now. Today, we saw a big shift north in our forecast models, those long-range forecast models. Sometimes you hear about the European model, the GFS model. Those sorts of things were showing that storm kind of moving up a little bit more to the north, so that the track of it carries it right through that sweet spot to get those heavy snow bands wrapping through central New Jersey, right through the city, the lower Hudson Valley, and over into parts of Connecticut as well. So this is what we're thinking. This is a long duration event. It is going to start in southern New Jersey Sunday afternoon, get up into the city Sunday night, and then stick with us all through Monday, and probably lingering a little bit through Tuesday morning, maybe into Tuesday afternoon in a few places as well. Many of us will see 8 to 12 inches of snow. Like you saw, a few places will get a little bit more than that, but it's a nor'easter. If you've lived here for any extended period of time, you know that means likely some winds too, that northeasterly flow, the way the storms get their name, those northeast winds of 40 to 50, maybe 60 miles an hour at peak gusts through the afternoon on Monday. That could certainly lead to some minor, if not moderate, coastal flooding. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a moment. I kind of want to walk you through the different forecasts by area, because there are going to be some dramatic shifts. So let's start with the Jersey Shore, because I think this is probably the most interesting and the most complicated forecast. You see that bottom line, 1 to 8 inches of snow. Yes, that is a huge range, but that's because there's a really tight gradient on the bottom, on the southern edge of this storm. So farther south into Ocean County, you're going to get a lot of rain, a lot of sleet mixing in Monday afternoon, Monday night into Tuesday, and that is going to dramatically cut down accumulated snowfall. But as you move north, even northern Monmouth County, you're going to be up closer to that 8-inch range. Now, as you get closer to the water, you're also going to encounter stronger winds. That's obviously where we're worried about the coastal flooding, 50-plus mile-an-hour gusts. But the Jersey Shore, it's going to be the difference of 10, 20 miles, and that'll mean the difference between several inches of snow. Long Island, kind of a similar set at the east end. You'll see rain and sleet mixing in there as well. The farther west you travel on Long Island, the heavier that snow is likely to be. But South Shore, and especially southeast end, you're going to be on that high range of wind as well. 50 to 60 mile-an-hour gusts through Monday afternoon, Monday night, and maybe with those winds still lingering into the day on Tuesday. East end of Long Island, I think, is probably going to be contending with this storm the longest. The city, this is a little bit easier than this looked a day ago. It is going to be snow and snow throughout. This will start late Sunday night. I would think 8 o'clock or later, Sunday night. And then it will continue with us light at first. But here's the thing. The difference between this event and a lot of the snows that we've seen recently. Temperatures when this snow starts are going to be cold enough on the ground for snow to stick right away. We aren't going to lose snow accumulation because the ground is too warm. It's been freezing the last couple of days. We've had temperatures in the teens the last 2 mornings. We'll have another one tomorrow morning. So the ground is cold, the ground is frozen, the surface temperature will be plenty cold. So when that snow falls, it is sticking and starting to stack up. It'll be lightish Sunday night into Monday morning, but by about midday Monday, noontime on, through the evening hours, the heavier snow bands are going to set up from the city and then through the metros. So out into Brooklyn, into Queens, westward into Jersey City, over into Newark. That's where that heavier snow band sets up and just sticks for several hours. And that's where you can see that wallop of snow as totals really start to ramp up as we head into Monday night. Hudson Valley, similar situation here. I don't think we'll see the heaviest snow band get that far north, probably not much more north than Rockland, Westchester County, maybe Putnam County, see some of that heavier snow band, but as you go up into Dutchess and Ulster, it's going to be a little bit lighter, but steady in that long duration event. 36 hours of steady snow, that'll add up to close to 8 to 12 inches. The heaviest, the steadiest snow, I think, is going to be coming down in the Hudson Valley through the evening hours on Monday. Here's the storm right now. Yesterday, actually 2 days ago, Thursday, this came on land in California, brought with it quite a bit of heavy rain. Now you can kind of see that center of rotation swirling right around St. Louis. You'll see that twist there in the middle. The north and east side already beginning to interact with some of that colder air, that change over to snow happening through Iowa and northern Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, now pushing into Ohio as well. And look at the temperatures there. Chicago's 30 degrees. Even out east, you're seeing temperatures in the low 30s right now, and we're at 29 in the city. So we've got the foundation there. The cold air is in place. We just need the moisture to arrive, and it's on its way about 24 hours from now. So kind of walk you through the timing of this storm. Like I said, another cold morning tomorrow. Temperatures in the teens and 20s. That ground is frozen solid. So as that snow moves in, and here it comes, Sunday afternoon, sticking right away. Belmar, Toms River, you're below freezing. Up into Newark, upper 20s in the city as that snow pushes in late on Sunday night. And kind of watch that southern tier. That's where those heavier snow bands are beginning to develop, even on Monday morning, closer to that rain-snow line. You see the pink there, just north of that line. It's that heavy snow band, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. From Allentown to Clinton to Newark to the city to Long Island and up into Connecticut, that deeper blue, that's indicating the heavier snowfall rates, and that's where snow can stack up quickly over the hours from Monday afternoon into Monday night. Here's that mixing I was telling you about. East end of Long Island, down the Jersey Shore, Monmouth, Ocean County, and then out through Suffolk County. You can see that rain mix in on Monday night. Frankly, I don't think we'll see this much mixing that far west from the city over into Middlesex County. I don't think it gets that far. I think it's snow all the way through. If you get a little sleet mixing in, I think that might be the extent of it. And then the storm kind of begins to wind down as we head into Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon, it's drying out. Now the wind, the other story here on top of the snow, not really doing a lot initially. That's Sunday night at 8 o'clock. But let's roll you into Monday morning. Look south. Look at Monmouth and Ocean County. 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts in Belmar and Toms River. They're going to get stronger as we go into Monday afternoon. Look at Long Island. Look at Eastport and Montauk, 50 to 60 miles an hour. Even into the city, even inland New Jersey, Sussex with a 40 mile an hour gusts. And you can see 35 to 45 mile an hour winds sticking with us even overnight and into Tuesday morning, east end of Long Island. That's midday Tuesday, still looking at 40 to 45 mile an hour gusts. That heaviest snow, like we said, western, northwestern New Jersey, where that winter storm warning is in place already. I wouldn't be surprised if that got expanded as we get into the day tomorrow. Just that winter storm watch as this forecast continues to get more confident as we get closer to the start of the event. You'll see a lot of those watch counties, that lighter shade of purple, get added to the warning. So lest you think that watch indicates less intense storm, no, at this point it's just kind of the National Weather Forecast offices being cautious, wanting some more information before they say this could happen to this is going to happen. And that's kind of the difference between the watch and the warning. Central Jersey, you're not missing out on this one. So here are the snow forecasts kind of by area. Again, I'm going to hop on over just so I can see some of your questions as they're coming in. But you can see kind of that 12 to 18 inch range for northern New Jersey, 8 to 12 through the metro and into the Hudson Valley. And then, yeah, when you get to the Jersey Shore and down through Long Island, especially as you move east, those totals are going to get a lot lighter. Okay, so just checking in. Matthew says, how much for the Hudson Valley? Matthew Woods asking there. Yeah, Matthew, I think it's that 8 to 12 inch range. Now, if you're farther south in the Hudson Valley, if you're down in Rockland County, if you're southwestern Orange County, I guess you're too far away from the Hudson Valley at that point, but Rockland County is kind of one of those areas to watch. I wouldn't be shocked if that got closer to that foot range, maybe 12 inch plus. That's something to watch there. I think the more east you travel, Westchester, and then over into Fairfield County, Connecticut, I think the totals might be a little bit lighter, a little bit less than a foot of snow. Just checking in with a couple of more questions here, if I can. Stacy wants to keep it out of Brooklyn, please. Nope, not going to happen. You're going to get 8 to 12 inches of snow. Let's see. What else we got? Coastal flooding along the Jersey Shore. That question coming in from Gail. Yeah, Gail, I think we could see some coastal flooding. It depends how those winds match up with tides. If we are still seeing 50 to 60 mile an hour winds around the time of high tide, and if we're seeing winds of 50 to 60 miles an hour for a long stretch of time, you're not really going to allow the water to recede during low tide. It's still going to be pushed on land, right? So if it hasn't cleared away from land and you've still got 50 to 60 mile an hour winds pushing that water on land, yeah, I think flooding could absolutely be a concern there along the Jersey Shore. Ocean County especially, I think those winds look pretty intense right from the get-go, but Monmouth County, something to keep an eye on there as well. A couple of towns here to highlight. Paterson, New Jersey, in that foot to foot and a half range. Stamford, Connecticut, 8 to 12 inches there. Yonkers is at 8 to a foot. Out in Long Island, Long Beach, 8 to 12 inches there as well. And then here's some of those spots that get a little bit tricky. You can see that really sharp cutoff as you move south along the Jersey Shore. Middletown, 8 to 12 inches. Toms River at 5 to 8, but then Barnegat down to 1 to 3. A lot of rain, some sleet mixing in there, really cuts down on snow totals. And then that east end of Long Island, Montauk, at 1 to 3 inches as well. So as you kind of head out towards the extremes, you can see those lighter snow totals mixing in, but that big bullseye certainly catches your eye with a foot to a foot and a half. Mark wants to know how much for Staten Island. Staten Island is in that 8 to 12 inch range as well. A lot of us, I think, are going to be right at Queens. Rosanna wants to know. Yep, Queens is 8 to 12 inches. That's the thing. Like, so many of us are just going to be slammed with that heavier snow, and it just sticks with us for such a long time. I mean, from Sunday night through Tuesday morning, even with steady snow, not even kind of those overwhelming bursts of heavy snow, but just steady snow of, say you get a half inch an hour, right? If you do that for 24 hours, you've got a foot of snow. So a lot of times when we're talking about big nor'easters like this, we've got snowfall rates of an inch or 2 or 3 inches an hour. I think we could see some of that kind of on the lower range, maybe an inch plus an hour during the afternoon as that heavier snow band sets up on Monday. But you pair that with kind of that steady, persistent snow from Sunday night into Monday night and perhaps into Tuesday morning. And yeah, we will see those really big snow numbers stack up, especially it looks like as you move westward through New Jersey. Morris County, New Jersey, I think is going to be a spot to watch as well. You get up into some of those hills, higher elevations, and maybe we exceed that 18-inch number. Freehold, New Jersey, that's a good one. That's near my old stomping grounds. Erica wants to know Freehold. That's going to be, yeah, I think you're right in that 8 to 12-inch range, Erica, but kind of on the lower end. That's one of those spots where you might get a little bit of mixing in, but perhaps it comes late enough that it shouldn't really hold down numbers too much. Eileen wants to know Essex County, New Jersey. That's in the 8 to 12-inch range, and kind of right on the line, too. You could see parts of Essex County that might push up over a foot. So it kind of depends where you are. Farther west you go, the greater the likelihood for those bigger totals there. Let's see what else we got. Anthony wants to know about Clint, New Jersey. Will they get 18 inches? That's going to be one of those spots to watch, Anthony. Yeah, out west, especially as you get closer to that Pennsylvania line. I do think there are going to be spots in western New Jersey and then out into Pennsylvania that get over that 18-inch number. You will see a few 20-inch totals, I think, out of this storm. To pinpoint them exactly is going to be a little bit tricky, but Clinton's as good a guess as any right now as one of those places that could end up with those big totals. Joe wants to know start time for Middlesex, New Jersey. Middlesex, I think, is going to be kind of on the early end here. This is Sunday afternoon, early Sunday evening, so kind of 5, 6 o'clock. I'll kind of jump you back to the beginning here and walk you through some of the breakdown as we were talking about this. This will start Sunday night. It lasts about a day and a half, 8 to 12 inches for most of us. Minor to moderate coastal flooding along the Jersey Shore, some of that on Long Island too, but I think the Jersey Shore is the bigger concern for some coastal flooding. And those winds, 40 to 50 miles an hour, and you might see a couple of spots get up over 60-mile-an-hour gusts as well. I'll walk you through kind of area by area. Again, it seems like we've got some more folks jumping on, wanting to know more about their specific location, Jersey Shore. This starts Sunday afternoon, 4, 5 o'clock. Snow is picking up. It'll be heaviest as we get into the early morning hours on Monday, into early Monday afternoon. By Monday night, rain and sleet are mixing in. Those winds are cranking up, and you're going to see kind of that dramatic gradient. The farther south you go, more rain and sleet, lower snow totals. Farther north you go, pretty much all snow, bigger snow totals. Long Island, the farther west you go, higher snow totals there. East End, more rain, a little bit of sleet, lower snow totals, but those 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts stick around. You might still be seeing 50 plus mile an hour gusts Tuesday morning on Long Island. This thing's going to stick with us a while. Closer to the city. This is the entire metro. This is not just Manhattan. We're go ahead and include Hudson County, Bergen County, Essex County, Union County, Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx. Get everybody here in the same boat. 8 to 12 inches. This is one of those storms where we can kind of paint with a little bit of a broader brush around the New York City metro. 8 to 12 inches sounds right. This starts late on Sunday night and then sticks with us through the day on Monday. The heaviest snow for the New York City metro, Monday afternoon into Monday evening. And then Hudson Valley, this gets to you a little later, probably after midnight, Sunday night into the early morning hours on Monday, but all day Monday, heaviest snow kind of Monday, late afternoon, early evening. I think those really heavy snow bands maybe stay south, but this is going to be one of those spots where it's that persistent, long duration snow where those totals add up and they get closer to that 8 to 12 inch range. And there it is right now. That storm moving across the middle of the country through the Midwest, and that's heavy snow already hitting Illinois, Indiana, and into Ohio. The air is plenty cold. And then here's the timeline again for you. Getting through New Jersey, there's 5 o'clock, right? So that question about Middlesex, there you go. By 5, 6 o'clock, the snow should be there. Closer to the city, midnight, certainly a little bit before that seems possible to me. There's that heavier snow band mid to late afternoon and then into the evening hours as well. And then here come those nasty winds that could certainly drive coastal flooding. You can see the timeline there. Monday afternoon and evening, 50, 60 miles an hour out on Long Island, 45 to 55 through the Jersey Shore. And it's just going to be a mess. So we've given you hopefully enough information to prepare to stay safe. Driving is not something you are going to want to do on Monday. You're going to want to be off the roads. It's not just the snow. Snow sticks right away. So they'll treat the roads, they'll plow the roads, but it's just going to keep coming and it's going to be hard to keep up with. And then you've got the winds as well. So slick roads, high winds, falling snow, low visibility. This is going to be a dangerous storm to kind of be out and about in. So everyone stay safe. You've got all the information you need. I'll be around all weekend long. If you've got more questions, you can find me here on Facebook, on Twitter, Matt_Brickman, or you can catch me on the news later tonight at 11 and then 6 and 11 tomorrow. And we'll have you covered all throughout the day for Today in New York on Sunday morning and then all the newscasts on Monday and into Tuesday as well. So